Breaking. 3,000 Brits just got banned from Europe. And you could be next.
At this very moment, over 3,000 British travelers are stranded in airports across the UK, banned from boarding flights to Finland. Not because of terrorism, not because of a pandemic, but because of a digital border system that nobody told them about. And if you're planning to travel to Europe anytime soon, you need to hear this because what just happened in Finland is about to spread across the entire EU.
It's 5 a.m. at Heathrow's Terminal 3.
Sarah Mitchell, a 34-year-old teacher from Kent, is standing at her gate with her 2 kids, ready to fly to Helsinki for her sister's wedding. Everything's in order, tickets booked, bags checked, passport valid. But when she scans her boarding pass, the screen flashes red, entry data missing.
She's confused, the airline staff are confused, and within minutes, the gate closes. Flight cancelled. No clear explanation. Just chaos. And she's not the only one.
Across London, Manchester, Edinburgh, and Birmingham, the same thing is happening.
Business travelers missing meetings. Students missing programs abroad. Retirees left stranded in airport hotels. One passenger told Sky News, "They said my passport wasn't linked to something called EES. I've never even heard of it." So what exactly is EES?
It stands for Entry/Exit System, a brand new EU border database designed to track every non-EU visitor entering or leaving the Schengen zone.
In theory, it's meant to make travel faster and more secure. You register your biometric data, fingerprints, face scan, passport details, before traveling. The system checks and logs everything automatically. Sounds fine, right?
But there's one massive problem: almost nobody in the UK was told this was required. Airlines weren't ready, border officers hadn't been trained, and Finland decided to start enforcing it with barely any warning. What was supposed to be a tech upgrade turned into a bureaucratic nightmare.
Here's what really happened.
Just 2 days before enforcement began, Finnish authorities notified UK airlines.
One British Airways insider said, "We had no time to update systems or brief passengers, we were blindsided."
So when the first planes landed in Helsinki, the system automatically flagged unregistered British passports and told airlines to refuse boarding at the point of departure.
The result: thousands stranded, flights cancelled, and outrage spreading across social media. Politicians quickly jumped in.
Conservative MP Daniel Hargreaves blamed Labour, tweeting that this was proof of post-Brexit incompetence. Nigel Farage went on air claiming this was what happens when Brussels calls the shots.
Meanwhile, Downing Street says it's an EU issue, not a UK one.
A spokesperson said, "We're in urgent talks with Finland and the European Commission."
This enforcement was unexpected and not properly communicated. But for the public, that explanation isn't enough.
Hashtags like #StarmerTravelCrisis are trending, and TikTok is full of videos showing stranded families and furious passengers.
Because here's the deeper issue: this isn't just about one day of cancelled flights. It's about control.
Brexit was supposed to give the UK independence, the right to make its own rules and manage its own borders. Yet now, British citizens can't even board a flight to Europe without being approved by an EU system.
The passport that once guaranteed freedom of travel across Europe now requires digital permission from Brussels.
And Finland is only the beginning. The same entry/exit system is being rolled out across every EU country: Spain, France, Italy, Greece, Portugal over the next year. So imagine planning your family holiday to Spain, only to be stopped at the airport because your biometrics weren't uploaded.
That's the reality we could be facing next summer.
And the human stories behind it are heartbreaking. Lucy Walker, a 29-year-old nurse from Bristol, missed her best friend's wedding in Helsinki after being denied boarding. She told reporters, "I saved for months, took time off work, and now I'm just sitting here with no refund and no answers. I missed the wedding, I'm devastated." Gareth Thompson, a software engineer from Manchester, spent hundreds trying to reroute through Sweden only to find that didn't work either.
The airline staff had no idea what ES even was, he said.
Social media is full of similar stories: retirees, students, families, all caught in the same confusion.
And many are directing their anger at the UK government for not warning them. As one caller told LBC Radio, "We were promised control after Brexit. But now, it feels like we've lost it completely. So who's really to blame? Finland's Interior Ministry says they were simply following EU law. The European Commission claims Britain was informed months ago. But UK officials say Finland jumped ahead of schedule, enforcing rules earlier than the rest of the EU. Meanwhile, other countries like Spain and France have delayed their rollouts precisely to avoid this kind of chaos. Politically, it's a headache for Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who came into power promising stability and competence after years of turmoil. He vowed to make Brexit work. But with British citizens stranded abroad, that promise is being put to the test. Even some Labour MPs are frustrated, saying the government should have anticipated this. As one told reporters, "We can't keep being surprised by EU policy changes. Real cooperation means real communication." And that's the irony. Starmer wants closer ties with Europe, but without rejoining EU systems. The EU, on the other hand, expects compliance without offering partnership perks. The result? No one's clearly in charge, and ordinary people pay the price. Now, emergency talks are underway between the UK, Finland, and Brussels. Airlines are demanding compensation, and the travel industry is pushing for urgent clarity before next summer. But there's a bigger storm on the horizon. Alongside EES, another system issues, a visa waiver requirement, is coming next year. When that launches, millions more British travelers could face the same problems. Experts are already calling this Finland episode a test case. If the government doesn't fix the process now, summer 2026 could be a travel disaster. Brexit promised sovereignty. But what good is sovereignty if you can't even board your plane? Right now, thousands of Brits are still stuck waiting for answers and wondering how something so simple went so wrong. So here's the question: who actually has control now? And what did we really gain from all this? This story is far from over, and the political fallout is only just beginning. Do you think Finland was right to enforce the system early? Should the UK government have seen this coming? And the biggest question, is Brexit really working for ordinary people? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth political commentary, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of power and politics. Thanks for watching.